What is your reading of the history of the Nakba up to the current genocide in Gaza?
Yes, I think that what we are witnessing is what one can call the ethnic cleansing of Palestine. And that ethnic cleansing began in 1948. And as the Palestinians say, it never ended in 1948. It continued after 1948. So uh, we have to ask ourselves, why was there an ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians in 1948? And the reason goes back to the very nature of the Zionist project in Palestine. And it's good to remember a little bit about how Zionism began in order to understand why there was ethnic cleansing in 48, what constituted the ethnic cleansing in 48, and what happened since 48 until the 7th of October 2023. Zionism was a European solution to a European problem. The European problem was anti-Semitism. And eventually, a group of Jews and non-Jews, for whatever reasons, we don't have time to go into it, decided that the best solution for the problem of the Jews in Europe is to build for them a European state in the heart of the Arab world in Palestine at the expense of the Palestinians. This kind of idea that you take Europeans who are not welcome in Europe and you build a European state for them outside of is called settler colonialism. It didn't happen only in Palestine. It happened in North America, South America, in Australia. And what happens with these people, some of them are refugees themselves, Jewish refugees, is that they encounter a place where already someone else lives. And there is another people, another nation that already undergoes its own process of self-identity, national identity, self-determination, modernization, and so on. And the ideology of Zionism as a settler colonialism was that unless it can have as much as of Palestine as possible, with as few Palestinians in it as possible, you cannot build a proper European Jewish state in Palestine. And therefore, from the very beginning, you can read in the books and essays of the Zionist ideologues that the only way to create a pure Jewish state in Palestine is by removing the Palestinians from Palestine. And what was necessary was the opportunity to do it. And the opportunity came at the end of the British rule in Palestine, when Britain, after 30 years, decided to leave Palestine. 3 years after the Holocaust, it was clear that the international community, especially the Western international community, would not condemn the Zionist movement if it engaged in massive removal of the Palestinians from Palestine. And therefore, the circumstances were ripe for attempting to ethnically cleanse as many Palestinians as possible. It began in February 1948, and within 9 months, the Zionist forces expelled half of Palestine's population, destroyed half of Palestine's villages and most of the towns. The international community reaction was not to condemn the new state of Israel, and the message was very important. The message was ethnically cleansing the Palestinians is something that the West will tolerate. And this message led to the continued ethnic cleansing after 1948, because Zionism, as a settler colonial movement, all the time wanted more space, more territory, but in the new territory didn't want the people. So by the end of 1948, the Zionist movement was able to occupy almost 80% of Palestine, expel most of the Palestinians who lived in those 80%, but didn't have 20% of Palestine, what today we call the West Bank and the Gaza